Welcome to Rewatch. We're on episode 10 of season 2 of the Ewoks cartoon series. It just gets even better. This is a one-parter, a big storyline here called Horville's Hut of Horrors. Wow, that's a lot of H's there. Anyway, Horville, or his name is Hori, he says you can call him. Yeah. He's a scary little alien that's at this festival. Wicked is in charge of taking care of the little walklings. And his mom says, take him to the Tumble Bunnies show. And the Tumble Bunny show is just a bunch of bunny rabbits hopping around, doing little tricks, kind of boring. And Ewok and his friends don't want to go. They'd rather go to Horville's Hut of Horror, right? And like I said, it's just like a carnival every year. And so they take a vote on it. Of course, they outvote the walklings because Wicked doesn't want to go to the bunny thing. And so what he does is they take the walklings with them into the Hut of Horrors. A bunch of scary things are there. Not really scary for kids, but it ain't no tumble bunnies, as they say on indoor. So they all walk out. The walklings are upset. They're scared. Wicked decides to throw a party to help them forget about it, and they still don't forget. They're still scared. And he's trying to hide it from his mom. Now, I know what this is like because back in the day, I used to, when my parents left us alone to watch over my little brother, we were instantly mean to him the moment our parents left. We gave him swirlies. If anyone doesn't know what that is, you turn him upside down and soak his head in the toilet. Yeah, that sounds awful now, but it was the 90s, I think. Anyway, but that's what you did back then. You gave your little brother swirlies. But to make him forget, we always, after it was over, he's like, I'm telling mom. We're like, sure, go ahead, tell mom. But you're the coolest person ever. And then we'd give him our candy, our private candy stash. We'd let him play with our toys. And then by the time mom and dad came back, he had totally forgotten that we had flushed his head down the toilet. Because little kids forget after a while. So that's exactly what you do. Unfortunately for Wicked, he does not forget, and he has a nightmare that night. Wakes up in the middle of the night, and his mom's like, Wicked, are you okay? And he confesses to his mom, and his mom goes, okay, but you owe me one now. He's like, okay, anything, Mom, what? And of course, he has to take his little walklings to see the Tumble Bunnies. However, Wicked himself must perform with the Tumble Bunnies for at least 10 shows, I think. And that's kind of how it ends. Again, nothing big happens here, but I'm engaged the whole time. I don't know why. I mean, a little bit of it is nostalgia, and that I do have an affinity for the Ewoks. I've said that. But it's just captivating to watch a show where there's no stakes involved, none. Just if Shodu finds out he gets in trouble, that's it. That's great. Episodes don't have to be, earth-shadowing. He doesn't always have to save the village every time, even though a lot of times they are saving the village or other Ewoks. It's just a nice little fun episode. And I'm glad they took the time to make those episodes. And no one got kidnapped. It's one of the few episodes where no one gets kidnapped. But stop the presses. I just remembered there's a second episode in this one. It is called The Tragic Flute. And this one, Kanisha loses her bracelet, her little anklet, in the pond. And a crab creature comes out. He says, you lost your anklet. Was this it? And it's a pretty one, a prettier one than the one she had. She said, no. And then he brings out a diamond encrusted one. Is this it? And she goes, no. And then he brings out the regular one. Was this it? She went, yes. He went, great. And because you're honest, here, have all three. So, he's teaching a lesson in being honest, not being greedy. Well, Latara is greedy, and she wants a new flute. She hates the wooden flute that she has, even though her friends made it for her. So Latara throws the flute into the water, hams it up that she lost her flute. The crab comes up. He offers her two nicer flutes. And then finally she went, that's mine, but I think all three are mine. Can I have them all? And so she's greedy. He captures her, takes her down to the depths. The Ewoks, of course, have to follow her down there to rescue her. The crab makes a deal with them. If Latara can pass a test, then she's free to go. If not, then all the Ewoks will be his prisoners. And of course, she has to go through his treasure vault and find the most valuable thing. And Latara doesn't know what it is. Then she sees her old flute that her friends made. She went, oh, I guess this is it. She didn't learn her lesson. but she brings the flute out like, yes, it's the most valuable one because it's made by my friends. She went, you won. And, she's still kind of greedy in the end. I love that. Latara did not, there should be a lesson learned at the end of this, and there is not. That is hilarious to me. But anyway, let me know, what you think of episode 10, Horville's Hut of Horrors, and the tragic, not magic, but tragic flute. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time on Rewatch.